New Year resolution, right, is nothing but self-deception. If you doubt what I just told you right now, come back and watch this video by March right now. My name is Joseph Michael, and of course, it's the beginning of the new year, and there's a whole lot, people making plans. You of course you sure have been making plans. This is what I want to do. This is what you want to do. And while I was reflecting on that, I actually thought of the fact, I remembered what Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins said that people tend to overestimate what they can do in 1 year, right, and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So many people try to put, they try to squeeze the things that they could achieve in 10 years into 1 year, right? And what happens? It breaks, right? Because your mind has not been trained to handle those things. You've not built capacity to be able to handle those things, and many other variables, right, that are important. Many other variables that are important when it comes to achieving goals. So when in 2025, when you're looking at achieving your goals, what are the specific things that you need to do? Now, I'm going to be sharing 4 things that I'm going to be doing this year to help me achieve my goals, right? Number 1, right, is to set very specific goals. Number 1 is goal setting, right? And when I say goal setting, I don't mean just you sitting down to actually just write out, oh, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to be doing, this one. No, I mean specific goals, right, with dates when you want to achieve them. It's called SMART, right? Specific, measurable, right? I think the other word is specific, achievable, right? Realistic, and time bound, right? It has to fit into that description of the SMART goal, right? So don't just say I want to make $2 million in 2025. Say I want to make $2 million in April 2025, right, by doing high ticket sales, that kind of a thing, right? That's more specific, that's measurable, right? I'm going to sell to 200 people or 500 people for me to be able to achieve that figure, right? That is specific, right? That's measurable, that's achievable, right? That is realistic, and it's time bound, right? Now the next thing, it's called to strategize, right? Now you need to actually set specific plans and ways of actually achieving the goals that you've been able to write out, you set up. Now, people set goals, right, but they do not strategize, and because they do not strategize, many times what happens is that the goal breaks, right? Because a goal is a goal, and it is just on paper, and except you have the right strategies and plans for you to actually execute on those goals and make them come to pass, they are very limited. It's just gonna gather dust. That's just the truth of the matter. There's no sugarcoating it. It is just going to gather dust. So what you want to do, as much as you're planning, as much as you're setting goals, also take the time to strategize, outline specific ways in which you are going to achieve this goal, specific ways not generic, specific ways in which you are going to achieve these goals. Now the next thing is execute. Now when it comes to execution, you need to understand that no matter how beautiful your plans are, no matter how beautiful your goals are, no matter how beautiful your strategies are, if you do not execute, it's just a fucking waste of time, and there is no two ways about that, right? So one of the things that you need to do is for you to fucking execute. And I like to say, execute like a madman who does not know what is happening in the economy, right? Execute like a madman who does not know what is happening in the economy. There are going to be distractions here and there. You have to stay on course and execute like a madman who does not understand who does not know what is happening in the economy. You're going to hear stories here and there. And all of these things many times are just energy leakages, right? They are just news, they are just things that are trying to leak your energy. They are things that are trying to take your attention away from the focus, from the goal, from the things that you've planned out for you to do. So your goal should be for you to block out all of these distractions and focus 100% on the things that are going to move the needle, right? Now the last thing is consistency and reinvention, right? Now consistency, it takes motivation for you to start, but it takes consistency for you to get to your destination. There are tons of people who start a journey, but very few are able to get to the end of the destination. Motivation can get you started. Consistency is what gets you to the destination. So what you need right now in your life is consistency. You need consistency for you to be able to stay on course, and you need to be able to reinvent yourself, because the world is a changing place. The world is in a changing order as I speak to you right now. We are facing change like we have never faced in any time in combined human history together. We've seen the advent of AI. We've seen what AI is doing in different industries, and one of the things that you can learn to do for yourself is for you to reinvent yourself. How is AI affecting your industry? The changes that are occurring, how can you tweak what you're currently doing right now to fit into what into the current market demands. Learn to reinvent yourself. If you were to take your records with your notebook, how can you do that with spreadsheet now? If you were doing it with spreadsheet, how can you use AI tools for you to to get that result done faster and all of that? So these are things that you should learn. Reinvent yourself. What new skill should you learn? If you were a graphic designer, okay, what complementary skill to graphic designing can you learn? If you're a video editor, what complementary skill to video editing can you learn? Can you learn motion graphics? Can you learn, all of these things? Very important. So you have to learn to reinvent yourself, right? Because the year, I tell you, is for those who can set clear goals, who can strategize, who can execute like a madman who doesn't know what's happening in the economy, and who can stay consistent and reinvent themselves. This, my friend, is what I'm going to be doing in this year 2025, and I would advise you to do the same if you want to hit your goal. I hope this message actually finds you well. I'll talk to you soon. Joseph Michael, out.